I am delighted to be joined by Fiona Campbell today. Fiona, welcome.
Hello, Karen. Nice to see you again.
And you too. I'm so excited. You are delivering one of our virtual masterclasses for the NLP conference next year.
Yeah.
And the title of your masterclass is Maximise Your Efficiency with NLP-driven strategies. Efficiency is one of my core values, so I'm very much looking forward to this one. So please do start by telling us a little bit more about yourself and your masterclass.
Okay, well, I've been working with NLP specifically for business and coaching for over 30 years. And I pride myself in helping people apply NLP skills very easily and very simply in a business and coaching environment. And just first of all, thank you very much for inviting me again to deliver a masterclass. That's fantastic. But this particular masterclass, I'm going back to basics. But I'm going back to basics in an interesting way, because I think as NLP professionals, we forget the magic of what we do.
Yes.
And one of the things that people will be able to take away from this masterclass, the understanding the importance of setting well-formed outcomes. Now, that's one of the things that also enhancing your skills for maintaining and controlling your state, using anchoring for creating positive triggers. And I'm going to teach my time distortion technique, which is my ultimate technique for time management. You just distort time and give yourself more time. And also, I've been using it for years. I've taught it to hundreds of thousands of people, and a number of people come back and say, this just works so efficiently. And also chunking down complex tasks and just practical skills. But just, for example, to take well-formed outcomes. In business, people set SMART goals. And what I see happening time and time again is SMART goals get set almost in a disassociated way.
Right.
You will hear people saying, yes, I'm going to achieve la la, and even their voice, you know it's not going to happen because they haven't embodied that goal.
Yeah.
So we know that when you're bringing in well-formed outcomes, because you're connecting someone with their physiology of actually being able to imagine achieving that goal, it becomes a huge motivator. I have had so many people in business will talk about, oh, I just felt as if I went all sort of, shivery, or I've just, they're actually getting a complete physiological change when they suddenly take total personal responsibility, not just for setting the goal, achieving the goal. Yeah. Now, we know the brain doesn't know the difference between reality and imagination. And that's what we're using. So a well-formed outcome is something that is real. And this is not to say, I know there'll be plenty of people here use well-formed outcomes, but I have to remind myself often just how magical and how powerful these tools and techniques are, and what it is we're actually doing differently to what's being taught out in the business world. Yeah. And also, when you bring a well-formed outcome onto a timeline, because most goals that are not achieved, if you ask someone to point to it, it will be off their timeline.
Right.
So we're going to be, looking at sort of, yes, it sounds basics, but it's not basics. I'm going to be really going into the neuroscience behind how our brain works with goals, and also that way of getting people really connected and working with the whole fact that we now know that the brain responds to anything you tell it. So even business laws like Parkinson's law, which states that work will expand and contract into the time we've got it. So it's taking all NLP, very good NLP skills, and fitting it in to how you can help someone become much more efficient and effective in how they're doing something by it's getting really, really clear, but also all the other things that go with it, like the self-talk that's going with it, and also, as I said, my lovely time distortion technique.
So I'm wondering if that is going to be what's fresh, innovative, and new that delegates will take away from your masterclass. Because I'm thinking, oh, time distortion, I could do with some of that.
Yeah, well, that's something that doesn't get taught a lot. But I've been teaching that for years. But what I want to take away innovative is to really be able to look at NLP skills, because we know when I gave my talk last year earlier on this year when I was at the conference, the feedback I got from a number of people who hadn't realized the business approach to using NLP skills for emotional intelligence. So it's really looking at the skills that we're using here. And for example, handshake is an anchor.
Yeah. Yes.
People sometimes don't think about that. A smile is an anchor. Your voice tone is an anchor. So bringing all these skills into a business setting where it can be applied in business and coaching.
Wonderful.
That's where I like to sort of bring my perspective, which I know a lot of people haven't actually thought about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's applying it in a different way again, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And again, with NLP, we're never teaching anything new.
Yeah.
We're teaching people to become far more conscious of what they're doing automatically. And the minute you become far more conscious of what you're doing automatically, you just become much better at what you're doing because you understand what you're doing, but you can also start to see what other people are doing unconsciously and break down their behavior. Go, oh, right, okay. And you start to get to hear how someone is, how someone's always behind in time. It comes out in their language.
Yeah. Yes.
How someone is never achieves goals. Maybe it might be something to do with model operators they're using.
Absolutely.
So it's really listening for all these different skills, as I said, in a business way.
Absolutely. So what top tip would you give to delegates intending to attend your masterclass?
The one I always give is come with an open mind and be willing to keep learning. Lifelong learning. That I remember for years, I think I've mentioned before, I was on Dr. Richard Bandler's assisting team for 8 years, and I attended, it was two practitioners and one masterclass every single year. Wow. Every single time I went there, I learned something mind-blowing and what I mean by mind-blowing, it was the tiny little thing that all of a sudden made everything make sense. So I would say to people, come with an open mind, come with a real desire to keep learning and to listen out, even if it's something that you think you know. Very often getting that different perspective will help you either be able to use these skills in a different way or maybe even get slightly different results, because there could be one tiny wee thing, I didn't quite think about that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. There's always a different perspective with NLP, isn't it? It's like a diamond.
Yeah. And also to have fun.
Yes.
Because this is all about experimenting. There's no right or wrong when we're working there, as long as it's legal and ethical and safe. There's no right or wrong. So it's being able to experiment. We'll have some breakout room exercises. Just go and have fun with people, and go and start to notice things you maybe didn't notice before, or maybe notice things about either with other people or very often something yourself. You might go, I didn't know I did that.
That's a top tip that goes across all the presentations, doesn't it?
Just be curious. Be curious, have fun, and be kind to yourself.
Yeah.
Because I think the people that have the most fun, the people that are willing to just experiment and just see how things work, they're the ones that tend to go, yeah, this is great, because there's no rigid rules. And for some people, they find that with NLP, they're looking for what's the correct way to be doing this, and get a little bit confused when you say there isn't one. It's the results you get.
Yes.
Yeah. And sometimes the results are even better than you expected.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So Fiona, what inspired you to want to present one of the NLP masterclasses in 2025?
I love helping people be able to apply NLP skills easily in their normal business or coaching environment. So I really believe that we're hitting a bit of a tipping point. This tipping point has been coming for a few years, but we're starting to see more and more people now asking to learn about NLP skills. So one of the things is I want to help empower people to go out into the workplace, to go out to businesses and feel comfortable going to businesses and talking about these skills that are badly needed in business.
Yes.
You know, it's advanced communication skills that we're teaching. They're badly needed in business. So I think just encouraging people that are learning to go, yes, it's very nice to know these skills for yourself. It's fantastic to use it in a therapeutic environment. But we do know that a business environment, especially, they're trying out for skills like this. So it's really to encourage people to get out and use these skills in a business setting if possible.
Make a difference out there.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Thank you so much, Fiona. So to remind people watching, Fiona is presenting her masterclass as part of the NLP conference package, and it's Maximise Your Efficiency with NLP-driven strategies, and you're presenting that live on March the 11th, 1800. It's a 3-hour masterclass and with a half-hour break or some sort of break in the middle. So we'll allow 3.5 hours altogether. Very much looking forward to that, Fiona. Thank you.
And as I said, there will be breakout sessions. So come ready with your camera, come with pens, papers, ready to take notes and just ready to have fun with everyone.
Wonderful. And of course, they'll get lifetime access to that as well. So
exactly.
Plenty of time to revisit it again and again.
Yeah. Okay, thank you very much, Karen.
You're welcome.
Okay, I'm looking forward to it.